The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback. First down. Hale over the middle here to Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play certainly felt like what I call a tendency breaker. 1st and 10, they dial up a draw play. That's not a normal situation, but give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and really finished off the play.
Off play action. Hale. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on second.
Come on, let's go!
Looking to throw. Hale. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perkins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
To throw on 3rd down. Hale, a dump off to the flat for Perkins. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they look at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Let's go!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The numbers for Perkins on the ground a week ago. He was, without a doubt, one of the catalysts in that victory.
And he can really be the glue that makes this offense go, because when defenders have to commit to stopping him, that just opens up more opportunities in the passing game. Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between...
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. So a first quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind, he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers, because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them, maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. From the gun, Hale. And that is incomplete.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it, and there's definitely a difference here, because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3, psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
He'll drop to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's pulled in at the 32. Onto the field now come the Bears. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Hale. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
They'll go option to the short side. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Hale. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Throwing again. Hale. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And with his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 6-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offensive move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And to give this time to the tailback. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Ah, yes, that's today's NFL defensive tackle. Not just a space eater anymore. A guy with agility, movement skills, who can rush the passer and make plays in the offensive backfield.
Man open left side is Brown. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. To throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now back to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Gun. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Chargers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
If it's not one guy, it's another with this defense. I mean, this is the #1 unit against the rush in the entire NFL. They know how to cover for each other. And, yeah, they've got great players. They also have very dependable players, too.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain. So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback. But in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player so he can't get outside of you. Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Let's go. Blue line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. The Chargers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They're going to look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for the Chargers on third down. 47 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. The 319. 319.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll drop the throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing to start the drive. Hale got his man complete over the middle. It's Jordan. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Operating from the gun. Hale over the middle, complete. That's Jordan. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Hale. Throw left side, complete. That's Brown. A gain of 6 there on first.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
Room to run past midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Hale. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play.
Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Hale. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Third down from the 45. Perkins has got the catch here on the quick pass, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 27-yard line. Bears, though, would settle for just a field goal. We go now late in the first. Tight coverage here, but the completion is made, and he'll end up at the 25-yard line before being tackled. But they end up coming away with just 3 on the drive. So that's a wrap for us. We'll head back now to Soldier Field for the start of the second half.
Okay, Larry, thank you. No touchdowns in our first half. What will we see in half number 2? Time to find out. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Red zone opportunity.
Let's go.
Running left is Perkins. And now running right through it. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2nd down following the run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Hale. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bears defense gearing up as they take the field. They had the interception last time, led to a field goal.
And kept points off the board against them as well. What a great way to end a drive. Take it away and set your offense up to put points on the board themselves.
The only thing would have been better a touchdown. Now they'll be looking to get the stop and lead to that here on the next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Blake. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down. The Chargers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he takes this thing down deep into Chicago territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground at the 1-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So now it's 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Second and goal from the 7. And to give this time to the tailback. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. So now the field goal team comes on, led by the kicker, Kerry Spear. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Spear's kick is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A gain of 6 there on first. Looking to throw on second down. Hale. And he finds a man on a crossing route. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Such a valuable commodity to have a tight end who can run and get open. How about what he just did there? Worked his way from right to left across the field and found his way free.
Fresh set of downs here. Operating from the gun. Hale. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Come on, let's go.
To throw again. Hale. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And just like that, it's third down. The Bears on third down, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go.
From the gun, Hale. Call that a loss of 7. To bring up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So out come the Chargers. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Second down following the incompletion. They'll look to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
Let's go. 3-19.
Looking to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he is knocked down from the side at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. And now a first down following that long gain. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
the shotgun. He'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Chargers on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be third and a mile. Back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
On is the Chargers punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The Bears on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Hale looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and they will score. Pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And they will line up now for the 2-point try. From the gun, Hale. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 23 yards on the play. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this.
In play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd down to the offense in search of 6 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 16. He'll drop to throw, and that is incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A big gain that time for the Chargers. 33 yards.
And they pick up the first down on a 4th down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on 3rd down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down. 11 more on that one, and another first down. They'll go option to the short side. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Play clock winding down. And now here's a carry heading left. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Let's go.
To throw on third down. Hale. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact. Able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Looks to be right around the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now back to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30, he'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done. Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match. How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys? The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend. I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up? You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well. Go to something else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Bears on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 11. They'll try right side with Perkins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. And down to just 21 seconds now as he spikes it to stop the clock.
The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on third down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your...